Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. All right, guys. So, what is the number one problem in tennis playing today? Whether it be casual play, league, pro, right? Well, you're going to have to wait for that answer. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about coffee right now first. If my camera person can hand me my cup that's right behind that person. Oh, looky. Look what I got. Oh, hang on. Before I start reading stuff, I got to take a slug. Pete Special. Look at that big cup today. Must have been a long night. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, if you want to support my large coffee habit today, it's buymeacoffee.com/tennis spin. Link is below. Thank you for the caffeine. On days like this, I definitely need it. Okay, now, what am I talking about? Number one problem in tennis. I'm going to read you this Instagram request. Okay, here we go. Dear Mr. Spin. Whoa, dear Mr. Spin. That must be me. Anyways, my dear friend Joshua and I often play practice sets with our other friend, Curtis. He is a sweet kid, but has despicable and sickening line calls up to 20 times per set. It's really hindering our ability to play good, fair, clean matches with him, and is really tarnishing his reputation as a good, fruity kid that he is. I'm not going there. Do you have any advice for us? And that is from Joshua Thomas 64, NOPAPO 27, no Papo 27. So that's a great question. As we know, line calls, right? It's pain in the ass, right? So up to the pro level, as you see people going ballistic over ins and outs. So I'm going to call in the most honest man and the most honest pro I know to help me with this before I sound off myself. Okay? Coach Rob has joined me today. And as a upstanding tennis pro and professional coach, yeah, you are. How do you teach the kids? How do you answer this question, Coach Rob?
Well, Harry and I were looking over the question and reading it, and we came up with a couple ideas. And one of them was to, before you start the match, you walk out on the court and ask your partner who you're going to be playing, say, hey, are the lines in or out today? And he'll look at you and go like, what? You go, hey, we always have issues on line calls. If the lines are out today, I just want to know, and I'll try not to hit the ball near the line. If they're going to be in, then we're all good. And you may get a little back and forth that may or may not be the most pleasing of conversations, but at least you can get it out of the way, and hopefully you'll start out with a fair understanding. And if he gets into it with you about line calls right then, you can show him, hey, when the ball lands near the line, the ball flatten out and it expands, and any part of the ball touching the line is good. So if it's 99% out, it's 100% in. So that would be one way to go about it with them. You can also, if you don't want to go that route, say, hey, let's not play sets today. Let's just play points. You serve 5, I'll serve 5, and we rotate. So you're not worrying about keeping score. You're hopefully going to have less of an advantageous time battling one another over the line calls and whatnot, and it'll hopefully be a better, more pleasing experience.
Would you talk about Willis? I don't call bad lines. I call them as I see them, don't I? Well, maybe, didn't you say somebody on your team was blind? Let's talk about that one a little bit.
So we did have a player who did have eye issues, and he always thought he was getting cheated. He had a really hard time seeing the ball on his own side. And I finally went up to him and I just said, you have a hard time seeing the ball if it's in or out on your side. How are you going to see it when it's on the other side of the net, way far away from you? And so we talked it out a little bit, and over time he got better, understanding that the other guy's not trying to cheat you. He's trying to call him as fairly as possible, just like you are. And so it's a work in progress because no one likes to lose, but it is a game and it is meant to be enjoyed. And you want to call him the same way as you'd like him to be called.
For yourself.
For yourself,
right.
For sure.
So what Coach Rob is saying, right? Do unto to others as they want them to do unto you.
Thank you.
Okay? So do your best, right? There's technology coming, though, for all you cheats out there. Okay? Swing Vision will be your line judge off of the phone, right? So we're talking about months here. You can just ring up that phone hook up that phone on the fence. You can call lines for you. That's coming soon. I mean, as you guys know, there's play courts and other technologies already out, but we all know that that's a huge problem, and it kind of makes tennis not fun for everybody. So there are technology on its way, but for the time being, okay, try to be honest. Try harder. Okay? Now, I'm going to pose this question to Coach Andrew, too. All right, so I got Coach Andrew here now. Coach Andrew teaches little kids all the way up to high performance college kids, right? What if one of those kids was this kid? What would you say to him? How would you take care of the situation, let's say?
The biggest thing I would always mention to my players, I mean, it happens. People have bad line calls in general. And how I address it is when I bring all these kids in, I'm like, hey, I've been hearing there's some bad line calls. The biggest thing is just, one, making sure that you're playing the game the right way. What I mean by that is you're honest, you're 100% true to yourself and to your opponent / practice partner. What I always try to tell them that is all the best players lose. I mean, there's always a fear of losing, right? Everyone does not like to lose. That's given. But losing is not, you always have to see losing as an opportunity to grow. The game of tennis is always growing, right? It's not about winning. It's about how do you grow as a player. Like when you're playing an important match, like in a finals of Wimbledon or a match in a conference final, or just, practice. It's the same concept. It's the opportunity for you to grow and show your best tennis to players, right? And you just got to make sure that you're respecting the game that you're given, right? You respect the tennis, you respect tennis itself and the game, and you call it fair, right? Just having bad line calls in general will not only hinder your performance, but it would hinder the people around you as well. So just make sure that you're calling it fair and, respect the game.
Coach Andrew.
Yes.
This boy's calling it 20 times a set. That's blatant. What do you think of the blatantness?
I have no idea because I haven't been at that coaching scenario before, but I've been to situations where I've been hooked many times and been cheated multiple times. So the biggest thing I always tell players, or just tell my kids in general, it's you do not want to win by any means necessary. It's not the point of it. The biggest point of just winning is already rewarding. So there's no point of trying to take the easy way out, right? It's always trying to work hard and, enjoy the process of grinding and enjoying the sport for what it is, for its challenges, for its, growth aspect of it, right? You don't want to take any easy shortcuts, right? That's not the point of playing tennis. That's just winning in general. You don't want to be just a winner. You just want to win the right way.
Thanks for the answer. Deep answer. Okay. Goo, where can we find you?
You can find me at ag.tennis. I'll also be posting content there as well.
All right. Thank you, Coach Goo. So my thoughts on this. Do you guys remember Foghorn Leghorn, that cartoon? So I would go out there and say, boy, I say boy. We here playing some tennis here, boy. You see this line here, boy? If it hits the line here, it's called in. Okay? When in doubt, it is not out. It is in. Okay? So for those of you who remember Foghorn Leghorn, I would recommend you talking to your boy like that. All right? So I want to thank my mans, Coach Andrew Goo and Coach Rob Jessen, for helping me answer this question. Special guest from the OC to take us out today. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Vincent. I'm from Fountain Valley, California.
Ooh, the OC, Fountain Valley.
Yeah, way down there. So thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.
All right, guys. So if you want to try Swing Vision for yourself, there's a 14-day free trial just for you. And if you decide to continue with it, there's a $20 discount code. Link is below. Swing Vision. Definitely check it out.